Hello, my name is Stephanie. I'm head of educational content here at Perfectly Spoken. But importantly, I'm also a teacher here. And in this live session today, I want to share with you a little bit about what we do at Perfectly Spoken. So, explain to you how our courses work. And also, I want us to have a little taster session of some of the live classes that you can be part of if you decide to join us at Perfectly Spoken. So, Perfectly Spoken. Well, we have English courses at all levels. So it doesn't matter what your English level is, there will be a course for you. We start at A1, that's elementary level, and we go all the way up to C2, that's proficiency level of English. The idea of our courses is that they follow a combination of self-study, so that's you working by yourself, together with live teaching, together with our expert team of teachers. So the idea is you find the course at your level and you can follow that course at your own pace. So the lessons are available 24/7. You access them when and where is convenient for you. And then together with this, in conjunction with this, you take part and join in our live teaching sessions. This is a great way to not only practice, but also to meet other students from all over the world. And today I'm going to give you a sample of a live class. So we're going to be practicing some essential grammar today. I'd really love it if you take part. So please do type in the comments if you'd like to take part. We're going to be practicing some first conditionals today. So this is a B1, that's intermediate level, essential grammar today. Let's start with what you know. So I've got some sentences here, and the question is, which one of these sentences do you think is a first conditional sentence? Have a look at the four options. A, if she worked harder, she'd get better grades. B, if I get the promotion, I'll be happy. C, if you heat ice, it melts. Or D, if they'd installed an alarm, they wouldn't have been burgled. So what do you know? Which one of these is an example of a first conditional sentence? Very well done if you identified sentence B. So for some bonus points here, any idea what the other sentences are? They're all conditionals. But can you tell me which type of conditional they are? Okay, sentence A is a second conditional, C is 0, and D is an example of a third conditional. So that they are topics for another class. Today we're focusing on a first conditional. So let's think about the use. When do you think we use the first conditional in English? Let's have a look at some examples. So if I study, I'll pass the exam. That's your first conditional. If I studied, I would, I'd pass the exam. Or if I had studied, I would have passed the exam. That's a third. So notice how we go from real to unreal. So we use the first conditional when we talk about a future situation that we believe are real or possible. So future situations that we think could be true. If I study, I will pass the exam. It's a future, but I believe it could happen. Conditionals describe the result of a certain condition. Now I've used colour here to help. Notice the result is in orange and the condition is in blue. If it rains, well, what will happen? The result, you'll get wet. The if clause tells us the condition, and the main clause tells us the result. Now, the really useful thing here is that the order of the clauses does not change the meaning. You can have them either way round. It doesn't matter. So if it rains, you'll get wet is exactly the same as you'll get wet if it rains. The form. How do we form first conditional? Well, notice we use if and a present simple, and then will or won't in the negative plus an infinitive. Remember, this can change order. The meaning is exactly the same. Are we ready to practice? Okay. Look at the sentence and tell me, is it correct or incorrect? I'd like you to think about not only the form, but also the sense of the sentence. Does it make sense? Number one, if I'll see him, I'll ask him. If I'll see him, I'll ask him. Is this correct or incorrect? What do you think? If I'll see him, I'll ask him. Think about the form and the sense here. Well, this is incorrect because remember, after if, we use the present simple. So if I see him, not if I'll see him. Well done if you got that correct. Let's try another one. Number two, she'll stay in London if she doesn't get a job. It's too expensive. Correct or incorrect? Remember, we're thinking about the form and the sense here. She'll stay in London if she doesn't get a job. It's too expensive. So let me know what you think. Is this correct or incorrect? Okay, so number two is incorrect. It doesn't make sense, does it? The correct option would be she won't stay in London if she doesn't get a job because it's too expensive. Let's try another one. If I get a pizza, I'll order you one too. If I get a pizza, I'll order you one too. What do we think here? Correct or incorrect? Very well done if you said correct. This is correct, it makes sense, and the form is correct as well. Number four, we go to the beach if the weather improves. We go to the beach if the weather improves. So what do you think about this one? Well, this one here, let's have a look at the answer. Again, this is incorrect. Remember, we will go to the beach. That's the result. We will go to the beach. The condition, if the weather improves. Number five. If you go to bed early, you'll be tired. If you go to bed early, you'll be tired. What do you think? Number five, incorrect. Of course, if you go to bed early, you won't be tired. So remember, we're thinking about the sense as well here. This time, I'm going to give you the sentence and I'd like you to change the verbs for me. I'm giving you the verbs in brackets, but I'd like you to make a first conditional sentence. If the train on time, I there at 6 p.m. Your two verbs are come and be. So see if you can make a first conditional sentence for me. If the train on time, I there at 6 p.m. What would this be? If the train comes on time, I'll be there at 6 p.m. So remember, in the if clause, you're using present simple. If the train comes on time, I'll be there at 6 p.m. Let's try another one. This time you've got a negative. You're going to use not like, and we've got the verb be again. So remember, we're making first conditional sentences here. Have a go. Remember the form that we talked about, and remember that we can change the clauses, so be careful here. So number two, she won't like it. Remember, the negative of will not is won't. She won't like it if you are late. Well done if you got that correct. Number three, they, if you, it to them. We're using the verbs understand and explain. What do you think here? They will, notice the contraction, they'll, means they will, but we've contracted, especially in spoken English. They'll understand if you explain it to them. Well done. Number four. This time we're starting with the if clause. If it, sunny, we, outside. This time our verbs are be and eat. Okay, so hopefully we're getting into the swing of it. You're seeing the pattern. If it is sunny, so if it's sunny, we will eat, we'll eat outside. Number five, if the dog, he, food. We're using the verbs bark and need. If the dog, what do you think? Okay, so number five, if the dog barks, present simple, he'll need food. Well done. And number six, if you, with me. We've got two negatives here. We've got not go and not come. What do you think? If you, with me. So be careful with this one because we have some negatives. Okay, let's have a look at the answers for number six. I won't go. Remember, will not is won't. I won't go if you don't come with me. Did you get that correct? Very well done if you did. So that's the end of our mini practice session today. Like I said, it's just a taster of what you can enjoy if you join us at Perfectly Spoken. So if you did enjoy today's session, remember to have a look at our website, www.perfectlyspoken.com. Also, if you've got any questions, why not send us an email? I put the address here. We've got hello@perfectlyspoken.com. So if you've got any questions, drop us an email. Send us an email and we will get back to you. We will do our best to answer your questions. Thank you very much for joining me today. I hope you enjoyed this mini session. I certainly did, and I hope to see you very soon in a Perfectly Spoken class. Thank you and goodbye.